Alright, sorry, may I have your attention, everybody's attention? Alright, we're looking at Pythagoras Theorem today, but we're going to start the discussion by looking a little at triangle notation. Now, essentially, triangle notation, just simply talk about how do we label a triangle. Triangle notation is simply talking about how do we label a triangle. Alright, I will start out by telling you that the angles of a triangle are labeled with capital letters. The angles of a triangle are labeled with capital letter. The triangle that we have up here is a right angle triangle, and A is the right angle. The triangle that we have is a right angle triangle, and A is the right angle. Alright? Now, so the angles, as you can see for yourself, are labeled with capital letters.
Why is it only A though, right? And it's because it's there 90 degrees.
Not really. You can name it any letter you want.
Yeah, but why did you pick A to be the right angle one and not B or C?
Because I'm a teacher of habit. I'm a person of habit. I always make my right angle be what? A. And as I said, I'm a person of what? Habit. So it's just out of what? Habit. There's no special reason. Alright. So A is the right angle, and this is angle B, and this is angle C. Now, the side that is in front of an angle is labeled with the same letter, but the letter is common. So if this is angle C, the side in front of angle C is the side common C. The side that is in front of angle B is the side what? Common B. The side that is in front of angle A is the side what? Common A. Ladies and gentlemen, the side that is in front of the right angle is the hypotenuse. So, one more time. The angles of a triangle are labeled with what? Capital letters. Now, the side that is in front of the angle is the side that is opposite to the angle, and it is labeled with the same letter, but it is what? Common. So the angles are labeled with capital letters, and the sides are labeled with what? With common letters. The side in front of an angle, this is the side, this is angle C, this is the side is opposite to angle C, and it is labeled common C. This is angle A, and this is the side that is, this is angle B, and this is the side that is opposite to angle B, and it is labeled what? Common B. This is angle A, and this is the side opposite to angle A, and it is labeled what? Common A. The side that is opposite to the right angle is the hypotenuse. Ladies and gentlemen, the hypotenuse is the longest side of the right angle triangle, and it is the side that is opposite to the right angle. The hypotenuse is the longest side of the right angle triangle, and it is the side that is what? Opposite to the right angle. Now let's start talking about Pythagoras Theorem of the right angle triangle. Pythagoras Theorem of the right angle triangle. So the first thing I will get from the name is that Pythagoras Theorem applies specifically to the right angle triangle. Pythagoras Theorem applies specifically to the right angle triangle. What is it used for? Pythagoras Theorem is used to find the length of the third side of a right angle triangle when the lengths of the other two sides are given. In other words, if you know two sides of a right angle triangle and you wish to find the length of the third side, you must use Pythagoras Theorem. If you know two sides of a right angle triangle and you wish to find the length of the third side, you must use Pythagoras Theorem. What does Pythagoras Theorem state? Pythagoras Theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Alright? So again, square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Alright, here's a right angle triangle. By what? By letter, which side is the hypotenuse? By letter, which side is the hypotenuse? Talk to me now. And by letter, what are the other two sides? B and C. So Pythagoras Theorem says what? The square of the what?
The sum of squares.
Is the square of the what? So that is A square is equal to the what?
The sum of the other two sides.
So this is what? B square plus C square. This is the Pythagoras Theorem formula. Now the letters don't really so much matter. When the Americans, I think, do it, I think they have C square is equal to what? A square plus what? B square. The letters don't matter. What is important is what the letters represent. A is the what? Hypotenuse. And B and C are the other two sides. Ladies and gentlemen, Pythagoras Theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. 1 and 2. This is the Pythagoras Theorem formula. This is the Pythagoras Theorem formula. And it says what? A square is equal to B square plus C square. What is important is what the letters represent. A is the hypotenuse, and B and C are the other two sides. What do we use Pythagoras Theorem for? Please read.
You to find the length of the third side of a right angle triangle when the length of the two sides are different.
So if you know two sides of a right angle triangle and you wish to find the length of the third side, you must use Pythagoras Theorem. I'm going to change this a little. Let's change this to 13 centimeters. And let us change this to, let us put my x here. Let's put my x here. Alright, now I'm going to do these two and then I'm going to give you some for you to try. I'm going to do these two and then I'm going to give you some for you to try. And if you need to stop writing and look. Stop writing and look, you'll get time to write. Alright, example 1, what does it say? What does it say?
Triangle length represented by x.
This is a triangle. It has 3 sides.
Yeah.
I know the length of this, that the length of this side is what? 4 meters. The length of this side is what?
3.
3 meters. And I wish to find the length of the third side using calculations. This is what I said earlier. If you know the lengths of 2 sides of a right angle triangle and you wish to find the length of the third side, you must use Pythagoras Theorem. So I would start by writing what? Pythagoras Theorem. It says what? A square is equal to what? B square plus C square. Alright, I always like to write my formulas. The more I write them, the more I'm going to what? Remember it. Now, what does the letter A represent? A is the what?
The hypotenuse.
What is the hypotenuse of this triangle?
X.
So that would be what?
X squared.
X squared. What does B and C represent?
The other side.
They represent it?
Other side.
What are the other two sides?
4 square plus
3 and
4.
So this is what? 3 square plus what? 4 square. I told I'm a creature of what? Habit. I always write my small number what? First. So let's work it out. This is x squared. 3 square is what?
9.
4 square is what?
16.
9 plus 16.
25.
So x squared is equal to
25.
25. Alright, if x squared is equal, what is the opposite of square?
Square root.
X is the square root of 25 which is what? 5. The unit is meter. The length of this side is what? 5 meters. The length of that side is 5 meters. Again, Pythagoras Theorem, so let me write that in. So this is 5 meters. Pythagoras Theorem is used to find the length of the third side of a right angle triangle when the lengths of the other two sides are given. I knew the length of two sides and I wish to find the length of the third side. Once it's a right angle triangle, I should use Pythagoras Theorem. One more. I need for you to stop writing. I'm going to do this one. In this question, it is the hypotenuse we wanted to find, not it?
Yes.
In this one, it is not the hypotenuse. But the principle is the what? The same.
Yeah.
Let's talk. What type of triangle is this? Talk to me.
Right angle.
How do I know it's a right angle triangle? A right angle triangle is a triangle in which one of the angles measure 90 degrees. So I know it's a right angle triangle because this angle measures 90 degrees. I know the length of two sides. The length of this side is what?
13.
This side.
5.
And I wish to find the length of the what? Third side.
So that this, not the whatever theorem.
Pythagoras Theorem.
What? The slant side is it?
No.
So you know it's not nothing. You know it's not x in 2.
All I know is not x what?
You say, you know the side of x in 2 number 2 x.
No, I didn't say that. I said I know that the length of this side is what? 13. That's the hypotenuse, it is what? 13.
Yeah, hypotenuse. You know the side is the measure.
And I know that this is what? 5. Because it was given.
So if you're not finding the I, what is the word?
Hypotenuse.
You're not finding it.
No,
No, because I already have it.
Given.
The hypotenuse is what? 13. The hypotenuse is the longest side and it is the side that is in front of the right angle. Alright.
So I can ask a question?
Sure.
Oh, you know that one of the angle measures 90.
So this symbol here is the symbol for the right angle.
That's what I wanted to know. Okay, so.
Alright, are you ready? Now, if I know two sides and I want to find the third side, what must I use?
The Pythagoras Theorem.
So,
A squared.
it says what? A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared. And I said what is important in that formula is what does the A represent and the B and the what C? A is the what?
13.
No, A is the what?
Hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse. What is the hypotenuse of this triangle?
13.
So A is what?
13
squared. B and C are the what?
The other two sides.
What are the other two sides?
X and 5.
So this is x squared plus 5 squared. What does 13 squared mean?
169.
What does 13 squared mean?
13.
Which is 1
169.
is equal to what? X squared plus
5. 25.
Talk to me.
25.
5 squared is what? 5 times 5, which is 25. Positive 25 comes over and become what?
Negative.
Therefore, x squared is equal to what?
1/4.
The opposite of square is
Square root.
x is the square root of 144, which is what? 12 centimeters. Ladies and gentlemen, Pythagoras Theorem is used to find the length of the third side of a right angle triangle when the lengths of the other two sides are given. Alright, please write this down.